Morning, y'all. What's happening? Facebook Live post today. It's going to be about what do we dream? Like, what do we want to be as a people? I had an epiphany a couple of days ago that one of the problems with our people is that I think after slavery, we concentrated so much on our base needs, like um, eating, where we're gonna stay, sex, all of these base animal type needs that we really stopped dreaming. I give you guys an example. I think now that I really know myself through meditation and proper diet and all of these types of things, I think if I would have been exposed to more, I think I probably would have gone into physics. I think I still may go back to college and major in physics, get a degree in physics, or even if not that, just start reading more and concentrating more on physics. And I'll tell you guys why. In no way am I criticizing sports. In no way am I criticizing the arts, because I'm an artist. But think about this. A great number of our children want to play basketball, football, and they want to rap, right? Where are our doctors? Where are our physicists? Even in the South, like, we don't want to grow food anymore. So, I saw an amazing video by a young group of rappers, asking about our food. And this is true. But as much as we complain about white supremacy, we leave all of these things to them while we chase dreams. I saw a little segment on Instagram that talked about, like, back how, like, people like the Greeks, whenever the people were talking about revolution, they would let the gladiators fight, similar to us in sports. Like, think about how focused Kobe is. Think about how focused Jordan is. Imagine if they were physicists, or imagine if they were freedom fighters, or anything else besides a ball. Because think about it. I mean, in the greater scheme of life, not in America, not in, this world. I just mean in a greater sense of existing. What does a basketball player mean? How does that move the human race forward? And of course, you have exceptions to the rule. You have Muhammad Ali. You have people of that level who decide to take their power and push it to the next level. But how can we use these things that we focused our mind on? Because I was reading this book called The Mastery of the Mind. And in The Mastery of the Mind, the guy said we are all actually a part of God. We are not the God, but he gave the example of a lake of water. If you take a cup of water out of that lake and remove it, the cup of water is not the lake, but it is the water that came from the lake, and combined with everything else, it is the greater lake, or it is the greater, excuse me. And he was saying we have the same God-like nature to create what we think about. So as a race of people, if all we think about is food, money, car, sex, like, it's not God, it's not the greater God's fault that you decide to do less with the power that you were blessed with. So think about if our children, thought more of themselves. Imagine if they wanted to be more. I have a friend, she's Asian. Her kids have been coding since they were in the 3rd grade. Literally. and they love A$AP Rocky. I mean, they borderline worship A$AP Rocky, but they don't want to rap. They want to code. And the thing that I'm trying to say is not the children's fault. We are going to have to want to experience more. You know, I'll give you guys a quick example. If you in the hood, go take a yoga class. Just go pop up and take one. It will introduce you to another group of people. Just go take one, whether you like the shit or not. And if you feel intimidated by certain groups of people, just be quiet. Just answer very simple questions. And the more that you're around people, the more that you'll learn. You know, today just go in a different direction. Go to a public library. One of my friends named Troy Waller, he did that. He sat in the library for 2 weeks until he found something that he wanted to do. And he went into forensics. Like, literally, it's not these white people's responsibility to free our minds. That's our responsibility. So we're going to have to want to do more. I mean, our kids want to rap, but what are they rapping about? Like, we are probably one of the few groups of people who take our music and talk about us. You know, so what are we going to do to push the culture forward? And this is a question that I ask myself too. You know, you literally have the power of God. And most of us just want to get somebody else's money. And the money concept is made up by your oppressor. If you ever have an opportunity, there's a book called The Creature from Jekyll Island. It's called The Creature from Jekyll Island. It talks about the Federal Reserve and literally how money is made up. American money has no worth at all. And in a few years, you know, maybe the next 10, 20 years, all this shit is going to fall apart. So we're going to have to find a way to free our mind. You know, I forgot the name of it. I have 2 books in my library about this tribe in Africa who literally charted out the solar system. It was a tribe. And that's because that's what they own. They own some real shit. And I want you guys to think about something else. Even the actors. I mean, I talk about this in my God Box lecture series about is that you are what you think. And I tell people sometimes, I say I really believe the real reason why black people don't want to fight back against white supremacy is because most black people, when they look at white folks, they subliminally see Jesus. People don't want to admit it, but subliminally they see Jesus. Every God complex that we see for the most part in America is white. Jesus is white, Superman is white, Batman is white. You know, every God complex, everything intergalactic, everything, you know, of a higher spiritual level, when we have been on this earth well over 100,000 years before the first white gene. So it's like we're gonna have to change that. Yes, right. It is the Dogon tribe. You're right. Right. Thank you. So we're gonna have to do something to change that. You know, I think it's so easy for our children to kill each other because they see niggas. You know, if we taught our child that we see God in every person, especially ourselves, it would be impossible to kill another God. You know, and once I started seeing God in me, I started seeing God in my people. Now, I may have to beat the devil out your black ass, but I only have to whoop your ass to the extent that you have evil in you. I'm going to close this post with something that I learned from my massage therapist yesterday, and I think it's a great way to close. Excuse me. He asked this question. He said, what is more powerful than God? Much more evil than the devil. Rich people need it. Poor people have it. And if you eat it, you will die. One more time. What's more powerful than God? More evil than the devil? Rich people need it. Poor people have it. And if you eat it, you will die. Okay. You got it? Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? Answer the first question. What do you think is more powerful than God? Correct. Nothing. It's more evil than, even though I don't believe that there's a devil, but I just mean in the sense of, the greater picture. What's more evil than the devil? Nothing. Rich people need it? Nothing. Poor people have it? Nothing. And if you eat it, you'll die. If your ass eat nothing, you're gonna die. So in saying that, what he showed me is that these great problems that we have in our community, we just have to take them one situation at a time. Answer each question instead of trying to tackle the whole problem all at once. How do you eat a whale? One spoon at a time. So guys, we just have to take our time and chip off at it piece by piece. My name is David Banner. This weekend we're going to have a great time. Heal the Hood, aka the Banner Foundation. We are having our black tie event this Friday at Johnny T's. Basketball game at Provine Saturday evening. Freelon Saturday evening. Freelon's Saturday night. We're gonna have a very good time. We're bringing it back to Mississippi. We're gonna do a lot for children in need. I love y'all. Make sure that you pre-order the God Box for me. Okay? God bless you. I love you. Peace.